this is a 25-pound mold, and I put a little less in it than the last batch because I felt like the last batch was overflowing, and my soap gets really hot. As I've said before, I put milks in there, and that tends to make it the gel process even hotter. I have this cool lid that that goes on it to keep the heat in and isolate it, and when I do that, obviously I don't want the soap up to the top. So I reduced the amount of ounces that I put in here by a little bit from last time, and hoping that it wouldn't creep up, because the last time it got really, really hot. I don't know if it was the fragrance oil, the clays, or what, but it got hotter than this batch, and it actually started lifting the lid off. So then I may have reduced this too much. The bar is maybe a little bit shorter than what I normally do, but I'm just gonna have to play with it until I get it right. So, oh my gosh, this is really heavy. And so, I love these molds though. I wish I could get these molds in all of their sizes. So easy, and I don't have to do the freezer paper and all of that like I do in the smaller molds, which just save me time. And I guess ultimately money, because I'm not spending it on that. But I will just have to invest in these as I can. Okay. All right. Okay. And now I think I can just, ooh. Oh, pretty, pretty, pretty. So already you can see, like, oh my gosh, it's so smooth though. Wow. So I could never make hot process in this because it would be more than double the batter that I usually do in my largest crock pot. And I guess, okay, I guess if I had one of the great big huge stainless steel pots and made it on the stove, I'm sure there are soapers that could do that. That's just not going to be in my wheelhouse. So I'll only make the cold process soap, which is a smoother finish anyway, but because of the silicone liner, oh my, it's just so smooth. I might not have any soap ends because the ends are not like marred up. Just trying to like not mark up the soap with my hands too much as I'm getting it out of here, but pretty easy. Totally easy release. Okay. Wow, awesome. Now I will say the soap inside is still a little soft. So like I could see the corner here? That's why I'm trying to be so careful, because it is still a little soft, like almost that I'm thinking I'm gonna wait until later today to cut this. So I'm gonna let this sit for a little while and let the air hit it. But oh, it's pretty. Let me see if I can lift this and show you how pretty this side is. That is so pretty. I have this on my tripod, so I'm not. Wow, that's gonna be really pretty. It's definitely a different design than I've done before, but I think with this big mold, at least while I'm starting out, it seems like it might be easier for me to get half the batter in there first and then work with a design on the second half of the batter. So I might do bunches of these where they're kind of half and half while I'm starting out with this mold anyway. Okay, I'll be back when I feel like this is hard enough to cut. Okay, so I am back, and it's been a few days. First of all, we had some flooding and just a lot going on with that. So I didn't get back to this. And then when I did, I had another couple batches of soap I was trying to cut, and I was in the middle of cutting one of them, and my my wire to my cutter broke, and those are typically it's guitar strings that are used for those, and I didn't have any. And there was lots of road closures and all kinds of things going on. So I didn't get out till today to get the guitar string so I could rewire it. It's Monday, and I don't even remember which day I made this now, but I usually never wait this long to cut them. Never say never. Anyway, in the meantime, it got this film. Let me see. And I know this is kind of like an odd angle, but I got my tripod on the bottom of this, but I don't know if you can even see, but there's like a little film, and sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. I have not gotten a really clear explanation in any of my research as to why it does happen. But since I'm kind of showing you the whole process here, I thought I would show you what I try to do when I see that film. First off, if it's like a beach soap or a winter soap, I might just leave it because it actually adds some really pretty cool effect. But on this, I'm going to try, I wanted the colors to be a little bit brighter on the top, so I'm going to try, I have a steamer here, just a regular steamer, and just let it get it steam on. And then basically, and I usually do this hanging off a counter, but I'm trying to video it for you, so I might do the bottom a different time. But you can see it just is enough steam to make the soap wet and remove that film. It may not get all of it, but I'll do another close-up for you. And then it just dries. So let me show you again here close up so you can see the difference, hopefully. Obviously it's now been steamed, so it's a little wet looking, but anyway, pretty cool. So next up is running it through my cutter. So as soon as this is dry enough to do that, I will be right back. All right, I think we're good to go, and I went ahead and sprayed one of my little dusters of eco-friendly sprinkles on top just to give it a little bit more shine, since I had probably taken off what I had already sprayed on there with the steamer. My cutter here, I don't know if you can see, I have a real simple one. I've had it just about since I started soaping, so it's pretty old. It's getting old, but I'm not seeing the reason to get a new one. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? So I'm just continue to use this one. And again, this big mold I haven't done very many of. So I keep measuring and measuring to make sure that I'm cutting it the right direction. And I believe that I am, so I am just going to go ahead and make the cut. Or first, see, it's very heavy. Let me just make sure. Yeah, I am cutting it the right direction. All right, so I hope this is not too hard to go through here, because it has been sitting a few days. When I first unmolded it and was going to cut it, I thought it was too soft, and then I was like, all these holdups. Oh my gosh, I had a market on Saturday. It was crazy with all the rain, and oh wow. Now I'm like trying to figure out how to have enough hands. Really pretty though. Look. All right, so anyways, we had this market on Saturday. Got there, got all set up. It was great, wonderful. Weather was actually looking prettier than what they had predicted. So I went ahead and put up my little booth decorations that I have. Had everything out and just settling in. And it was like sprinkle, sprinkle, and then monsoon. And I mean, it really monsooned. I mean, it was like insane. We were standing there while everybody was in the same boat. We were all trying to help each other. But side note about the soap, when I cut in these big loaves, it's gonna have two sides that are decorative, because it'll be the middle on some of the loaves. Anyways, so, you know, it was insane. We were so wet, and we finally, you know, we just protected everything as best we could, and got everything into the car, and then just stood there and kind of waited it out for a while until with everybody watching the radar, and then you know, eventually the folks next to me were like, "You're gonna have like a 10-minute window to get packed up," and so we all did. We packed up, and it was flooded. It was flooded everywhere. And what ended up happening here in Chesterfield, couple of bridges, I think, I don't know if you would say collapsed. I don't really know. I haven't watched the news, but the roads are still closed and going to be closed. And I know where I used to live, it's insane. The water was all the way up to the stop sign. So anyhow, I mean, I don't think we had a lot of power outages and stuff, but we definitely had the flooding. And so when my son and I got home, the car, everything in the car was soaked, and we were soaked, and it was fun, you know, a little adulting, dancing in the rain kind of thing, but it was a lot. We had a lot to take care of. So anyways, let's cut the center. I probably won't keep you on here because this would make this video really extra long, but let's just cut and see what we have on the inside. And also, let me get my scale so I can make sure that I am cutting them the right size, because might be a little bit shorter, although they're really good size. But yeah, that's a perfect cut right there. And this batch went so much better than the first time I did this. Like, I haven't ventured back because the first time was like crazy, and I actually, all of the soap that came out of that because of my mishap there is cut in weird sizes, and it's going to have to be packaged weird, and it's still sitting on the drying shelf because I just haven't had time to deal with it. It's Magnolia Blossom. It's a really strong scent that lasts forever. So I don't know. I guess it could be spring before I get to it. But anyways, these are kind of nothing like the Glorious that I usually make. And I think that some of the things it's going to happen like that because with this big mold, at least until I get my technique down with it, I don't think I'm going to be able to create some of the things that I have been doing, and I'm definitely not going to try to pipe the tops right now. I want to get the size and dealing with all of this batter and everything kind of mastered before I start getting into all of that. So I'll probably just do some pretty, but, you know, plain tops, like, you know, and that's, I mean, it's really pretty on top, but just not the piping. And so anyway, I'll just finish cutting this one loaf, and then I'll cut this off. But I am very happy with it. I'm very happy with how this went. And pretty happy with the way it looks too. It's similar colors to the Glorious that I usually make. I just don't usually do this half and half thing. But again, with the batter the way it is, I think I will be doing that. My light purple, it almost kind of looks gray. When on the camera, it's probably going to look gray, but in person you can see that it is definitely purple, but it is pretty. And the sides both show the design, since these are the middle loaves. So anyway, so that's that. I will finish cutting all of this, and I will keep you posted on my new adventures with the big mold. I have fall fragrances all lined up here to do in the mold, just so that I can have enough to stock the stores and have some for the markets. And because of COVID, all of the craft fairs have pretty much been canceled. But that's okay. I start school in a few weeks too, so adding that to this is always doubling up on my manpower. So anyways, I hope you guys are doing great, and I hope you have enjoyed the video, and I will see you on the next video. Be blessed.